For millions of families, raising a child with special needs is a journey of incredible love, but it's also a journey filled with invisible battles. Today, we're going to take a look at the immense challenges these caregivers face and how a new kind of technology, the AI assistant, is starting to offer a real lifeline. One parent described this experience as being in a long tunnel with no end in sight. And that just perfectly captures the feeling, doesn't it? That constant pressure, a future that feels so uncertain, a path that just never, ever lets up. Okay, so before we even jump into the technology, we really need to understand the true depth of this crisis, because it's a struggle that goes so much deeper than just the day-to-day tasks of caregiving. At its heart, this isn't just about managing a diagnosis. It's about fighting against massive systems. We're talking healthcare, education, financial systems that are so often fragmented, under-resourced, and just incredibly difficult to navigate. So what does this broken system actually look like for a family on the ground? Well, the barriers they face are immediate, and frankly, they're just formidable. Yeah, right from the get-go, before a family can even get the right kind of support, they slam into two giant roadblocks: the system itself and the absolutely staggering costs involved. Just look at that number. A single private assessment, which is often the very first step to getting any kind of services, can cost anywhere from $3,000 to $7,500. For so many families, that's an impossible barrier right at the very start of their journey. And the financial strain? That's just one piece of the puzzle. The whole system is just riddled with failures. We're talking about waiting lists for a diagnosis that can stretch on for years. There's a severe lack of funded resources and respite care, which is crucial to prevent burnout. The school systems are often way too under-resourced to properly implement a child's individualized education plan. That's the IEP, the support they legally have to receive. And to top it all off, you've got this revolving door of providers who might not even have the specialized training they need. It is a constant uphill battle. And this isn't just about paperwork and appointments and logistics. This constant fight takes a huge, huge emotional and psychological toll on the caregivers themselves. This is that internal struggle that's so hard to see. The sheer exhaustion leads to total burnout. There's a very real grief for the future they might have imagined. And so often, that turns into anxiety and depression. On top of that, many feel this intense guilt for just needing a break, and they end up becoming socially isolated because, other people just don't get their reality. So when you see the true scale of this crisis, the systemic barriers, the financial strain, the emotional weight, it really begs the question, in a system that's so broken, where can these families possibly turn for real support? And this is where technology is starting to offer a brand new kind of answer. Enter the AI concierge. So what in the world is an AI concierge? Well, think of it like a smart, personalized assistant. It uses artificial intelligence to do a few critical things. It translates all that complex medical and educational jargon into simple terms. It connects families with the exact resources they need, and it basically acts as a guide through these incredibly complicated systems. And hey, this isn't just some concept. Meet Stella. Stella is a real-world AI concierge from the Gear Foundation. It's already serving thousands of parents across the U.S., and it's completely free. But here's what's so important. It was founded by parents of a child with special needs. They've lived this. They get it. And we're not just talking about convenience here. For so many of these families, this technology is becoming a genuine lifeline. Let's look at the actual impact these tools are having. The data here is really compelling. As you can see, studies show that when caregivers use AI tools, their knowledge retention actually improves by 35%. But look at that second bar. When parent training is part of the mix, a child's therapeutic progress can be nearly twice as great. These are not small changes. This is huge. So how does it actually work? Well, first, it translates all that dense doctor speak into plain English. Second, it kind of acts like a matchmaker, connecting families to the right local services. Third, it simplifies parent training, giving them tools they can use right at home. And finally, it offers 24/7 digital support, a place to turn that helps fight that burnout and isolation we were just talking about. Now, this kind of support is vital for everyone, but it becomes absolutely critical for certain underserved groups, and military families are a perfect example. I mean, think about it. Military families have to relocate every few years, which can completely disrupt a child's care. An AI concierge can provide that continuity. They have to navigate the notoriously complex TRICARE insurance system.
and AI can help guide them. And during long deployments, it offers remote support when one parent is managing absolutely everything alone. It directly tackles their most unique and severe challenges.
So it's pretty clear AI is a powerful new tool. But what does this really mean for the future of care? Is it some kind of silver bullet? Let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture. And this is the real tension, right? On one side, you have the incredible promise of AI. Personalization like we've never seen, 24/7 access, data-driven insights. But on the other side, you have these very real barriers. High costs to develop this tech, a total lack of infrastructure in many schools, serious data privacy concerns, and the huge need for teacher training. So while the potential is massive, the path forward is definitely complicated. Which brings us to the big final question. Tools like Stella are providing an absolutely indispensable lifeline to families who feel like they're drowning in a broken system. But can technology on its own truly mend that system, or is it a brilliant patch on a much, much larger problem? That's really something for all of us to think about.